All right, welcome, ladies and gents. Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Welcome to Build Exclusively with Antonio T. Smith Jr. She was doing a dance and I was looking at her. Glad to have each and every one of you on. Excited as always. Grand rising to everyone. Today is Tuesday, June 20th, 2023, as of this recording. And again, we're glad to have you all on. Those of you who will be listening and watching later, glad to have you too. Without further ado, I'm about to hand it am I handing it to tag team or the gentleman who got the who got the hang time, No, I'm serious. Who am I handing it to? That's because I need to know.
Deanna.
Okay, all right. All the way from Galveston, G-Town, Texas, one known as the freckled one, as someone calls her. Okay. We love her energy and her care bearness and rainbows. And she's always informative and creative. And whatever it is you need creative, she got you. Okay. She deals with numbers when it comes to money. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Deanna Marie.
Buenos morning, great rising, grand rising. Hey, Paso. That was a horrible Southern accent in Spanish. Oh my goodness, where's this accent coming from? It don't come out too often, but here recently.
Yes, that Buenos morning took me out.
Well, good morning, wonderful, wonderful people. It's so happy to see y'all faces this morning. Hey, Miss Adrian. Hey, Miss Janice, Law, Prophet, Melissa, Mr. Phil, Miss Susan, Grace, and the Mr. himself. Good morning, everyone. So happy to see you all. All right, so we are going to dig in. We are going to have a conversation. You remember Antonio had a list. So we had a list of Socratic questions when it came to artificial intelligence, ChatGPT, and building your brand and business. Good morning, Queen Renee. So we're gonna so I asked the question and we give the answers. All right, Grace, you ready? Oh, I got to give you the question. It's a question from yesterday, but we had a wonderful conversation. All right, so there's a question, Grace. All right. Are we ready? Y'all have y'all wipe the crust out your eyes, you brush your teeth, you got your cup of coffee. Mine is room temperature now, but I don't know, it's weird. It's weird. It's like colder than room temperature, but it's room temperature. Anyways, that Folgers black silk. Ooh, it is strong. Let me tell y'all. Look, y'all.
Sure, we'll go warm it up for you.
Actually, it's a good temperature for me right now because I had it while it's Folgers black silk. Folgers, we looking for, they're gonna say black silk. Folgers they're gonna sponsor us. Best part of waking up. Okay, y'all, look, I have been up since 5:30, okay? I'm wide awake. So let's get started. Question for today. How can artificial intelligence enhance customer engagement and retention for your brand? Let me tell you something. I'm ready. How can artificial intelligence enhance customer engagement and retention for your brand? I got seems like for a stripper.
You said, let me tell you something. We was like, okay, she didn't say something. That's why that's why we didn't say that.
Wait a minute, I'm not fooling with Renee. She say black silk. What a name. Seems like a name for a stripper.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, you're about right, Renee. You're about right. How can
I like that? I could see that. Now
see?
Coming to the stage. Black silk.
Thank you, Law. I knew I knew it because we be here. Thanks, Law. Thank you.
I love y'all so much. The best part of waking up. is y'all on my screen. So how can artificial intelligence enhance customer engagement and retention for your brand? Let's get it started. How? How can? And remember, artificial intelligence, not only are we talking about Chat GPT, but we're also talking about chatbots and voice assistants and social media analytics tools and predictive analytics tools, scheduling platforms. So when we're talking about artificial intelligence, we're expanding it out to artificial intelligence. You know, I'm looking forward to Ready Player One type gaming. I just sit in a chair and go into a whole nother world for the day.
So
Okay.
keeping track of your customers,
Okay.
helping plan your marketing campaigns,
All right.
managing your partner relationship. So if you're working with other brands, have the computer keep track of that. Because once you start working with, say, you have a store and you have a partnership with Coca-Cola, you need to know where your vendors are.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Those are good. So keeping track of your customers, you can use predictive analytics or social media monitoring. You can also use automated loyalty programs because you can keep track of your customers based on their loyalty, based on how they maneuver through your community. You can another way that you can manage, keep track of your customers using artificial intelligence is automated customer service. And then you can use artificial intelligence for customer behavior analysis. So you analyze your customers, Lord. You analyze your customers and their behaviors. So you can keep track of them, you know, keep track of birthdays and send out happy birthdays and things like that. When it comes to managing help planning your marketing campaign, I can't begin to tell y'all how you please use artificial intelligence to plan out your marketing campaign, because it will take you somewhere where you never would have thought to go. Never would have thought to go. All right, Grace, go ahead.
You can have AI can enhance your customer engagement by using chatbots and virtual assistants, because you got round the clock customer support. So when the physical people are sleeping, the chatbot is not, you know, the virtual assistant is not. Round the clock support.
Okay. Those are ones I like. How many of you have something's happened and like at 11, 12 o'clock at night, you need to reach customer service, but you can't because offices are closed, but they have that chat available, chat assistance. And when you first click on the chat assistance, it looks like it's you know, computer generated. It asks you, okay, this is what's going on. What do you need help with? And then it gives you a selection of things. And you can click from there. Move up. Sorry, y'all. And it clicks on something, and then you can move from there. And then when it absolutely just cannot help you, it'll direct you to a live chat. So Grace, thank you very much, because you can definitely use chatbot and customer assistance using the chat, because there are a lot of things that, like your FAQs for your business. I forgot what the F stands for. I know.
Frequently
Thank you. Frequently asked questions.
Questions.
Y'all know for the longest, I used to just think that it was like one whole word, like FAQ or something like that. I didn't know it was an acronym. And I heard somebody say FAQ. I was like, well, what's FAQ? Frequently asked question. Oh, that's what that means. All this time I've been looking at those. I was trying to figure out why there were questions. I just thought, okay. So you can take your frequently asked questions and you feed those into your chatbot. So when customers, because you have some customers that don't go on that page. They don't read that. How many of y'all read the frequently asked questions page?
I only go there when I have a question. Say, let me see if somebody's asked this question.
I don't even go there when I have a question. I don't. I'm not even gonna lie. I go straight to chat. Cause I don't like being on the phone. So I go straight to the chat. And if I can get a real person through chat, there's a way, like some chats, if you just put in chat or you type in chat, it'll take you directly to a chat. Or if you put in if you put in like assistance or like certain words, it'll direct you to a real person and you don't have to go through that whole process. So me, I'll sit here and chat all day. Yeah, I got a question. Oh yeah, we got you. Okay. And then if they send me a link for frequently asked questions, I'll leave that chat open. I click that link. I go check that link. And if I still don't have an answer, I go right back. That didn't help me. I don't even bother with the frequently asked question. So for those of you who do, kudos to you. I'm the person that people don't like. It's like, it's on the frequently asked question. Yeah. I just want to talk to somebody. I don't feel like reading. So thank you, Grace, using Chatbot and customer service. All right. Who else has an idea or can tell us, or even just there's no wrong answer? How can artificial intelligence enhance customer engagement and retention for your brand?
You can use, Queen Renee, you had something? Okay, you can use the AI tools to monitor your social media. So that way it can monitor customer feedback, the brands that are mentioned. Also, it can help you address the issues that customers have, the concerns that they have, and be able to engage with the customer, like Rhino Leg. All of these things. It's gonna
Great.
be.
I was just about to go there. Because Rhino Leg is powered by InSync AI. Feel like it's InSync AI. Okay. And with that artificial intelligence, it will analyze your audience for you. It'll keep track of your audience. So if in your community, there's a lot of talk about, hey, I'm having trouble polishing my toenails. Man, you too, I'm having trouble polishing my toenails. I can't find the right color, nor can I find the right polish remover where it removes it all without drying out my nail beds. Girl, you too. Yeah, and then you have someone else come on. Yeah, I prefer this brand of polish because it has this and this and this and this. And a Rhino Leg is going to analyze all of that. And it's going to come back to you and say, hey, this is what your audience is talking about. So if you have the means, you might want to make a polish, oh, it would be so awesome if there's a nail polish that when like the moment it chips, you can be like, oh, I'm done with it. And you can just peel it off without it damaging your nail bed. You ain't got to put no extra acetone or alcoholic stuff that dries out your nail beds. That would be so awesome. I'm going to just throw that out there for anybody who has the chemistry degrees and the chemistry sets in your houses, because some people do that because science is fun to them. I plan on having one in my house soon. We have a whole chemistry set, whole kitchen just full of chemistry stuff, beakers and I'm gonna have so much fun. Y'all just don't know. I'm so ready. It's gonna be cabinets of herbs. Antonio gonna be like, stop burning stuff. Well, I didn't burn it this time. I have to fire the liquid ratio on point this time. But yeah, so Rhino Leg will do that for you. It'll analyze what your customers are saying, what they're talking about, their conversations. Then it'll let you know, hey, these people have this in common. These people have this in common. You might want to put a product together for this. Can you imagine a social art? This is what artificial intelligence allows us now. So when Antonio used to teach us on, hey, listen to your audience will tell you what they need. You ain't gotta listen no more. Artificial intelligence will listen for you. And then it'll tell you, hey, these people over here, they want a ping pong table with cup holders on the side. You sure right. All right, who else? Who else wants to throw out, not you, Grace. Who else wants to throw out, how can artificial intelligence enhance customer engagement? Actually, no, Grace.
Yeah,
Because
she can keep going, but let's see.
yeah,
Let's
because when
pick
it
our
comes to sales,
businesses here on this call and see if we can address your brilliance to each individual here.
ooh,
Okay, this one will help everybody. Voice assistance. Voice assistants. Like, like Alexis and Siri. Because you remember, how Antonio has been saying, hey, pretty soon you're not gonna have to type in Google. All you're gonna have to say is, Alexis, what is, like it's doing now, or Alexis, play Antonio T. Smith Jr., and so that can help you out
oh,
with
yeah.
your brand.
Okay, let me tell y'all something. This is 2023. Dawn was born in 2015, 16. So around like 2017, Antonio had me, when I first started, I was a research assistant. Let me tell y'all something, I loved it. It was the greatest job on the planet because I was all about the research. Let me dig in. Google was me and Google, we was married, okay? My name was Deanna Marie Google, okay? I'll tell y'all, we was together. And he had me research chatbots and how to get it set up and how to get it organized and arranged. And we found a few companies, but Antonio being Antonio, the companies were behind his thought process. They were behind his mindset. Like he was here and they was like here. And he kept saying, voice assistants, chatbots that's going to be the future. You want people to be able to say, Siri, pull up Antonio T. Smith Jr. And he comes up, and now when they ask, okay, who is Antonio? There's a whole conversation just for that. Like, I still have the scripts that I sat with him, and I think Grace was with us too, and it was like one of them 5-hour processes.
I'm gonna need those because
I got you.
we did like 300 conversations.
Man, and I have every conversation. Like, I still have it.
Okay, let me explain what I was doing. All right, let me. This is how I want to putting that in Rhino Leg, but not as good as what Dan was talking about. I kept getting, like, I don't know if y'all actually have your business pages online. I know some of y'all are still using your personal page, Renee. I know you're still using your personal pages. Right? No, bad.
Oh, y'all, he be going back and listening.
Bad. No personal pages.
Wait now.
You
Go
the
ahead.
one who, okay, all
Go
right.
ahead. No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not gonna refute. Thank you.
Okay, all right. And Grace, you're using your personal page.
Yes.
Yes. All right then. Okay. Anywho, I kept getting the same questions over and over. Can you tell me more about your business? Can you tell me about you? What do you do? And all stuff like that. So then, and that's a very hard question to answer. It's really, can you tell me, somebody just messaged me that yesterday. Can you tell me more about what you do? It's a very, very hard question to answer for anybody. As a matter, let's Adonia, can you tell me more of what you do? Like, it's difficult. It is. It's difficult. So we went through each possible question that could be asked and gave an answer for it. We was going to feed that into the chatbot. Feed that. So my goal was to have 300 questions that had answers, going from the most common, and then it fed from, well, since I asked this, what about this then? And we went through all that work because the goal was two things. And this would be AI here. The goal was to, one, answer all of the prospects' question. Number two, it was to sort them. So by the time they finally got to me or a human, we knew everything about them, about them and what they wanted. That's what we knew. If how did you meet us? Through podcasts. Okay, then we had a certain profile for that and stuff. So you can use a chatbot, pair it with your customer avatars and profiles, and then by the time they get to you, Adonia, they would have had conversation with the chatbot that is recorded. But for you, it's an assessment of that person. For them, it's just them asking questions. And it would be very powerful if y'all knew who people were and what they wanted with your brand and what they were struggling with and what they were interested in before they even got to you. The goal was to try to make cold prospects, warm prospects in a fun way that didn't feel like that's what we was doing. Good job, Dan.
Thank you. Thank you.
You should
Thank you.
probably open it up. Everybody in these squares need a chatbot.
See, this how I know. I've been around Antonio long enough. This how I know. Because bam, there it is. I'm not going.
Nah, you should read some of them. Read some of them. This is, yeah.
Okay.
So we had it. That was generate leads. That's a generate lead section.
Mm-hmm.
And what's another section?
Another section was contact the office.
Look
Then another section was free content.
Look at that.
Then we had another section, podcast.
Okay, keep going.
Transportainment podcast, how to find it, how to become a guest. So for those of you who have podcasts that you do interviews on, you're trying to get guests, right here, I want to be, you can send an email with the subject, tell them how they can be a guest. Network marketing company. What is ATS network? Then we had a section called, what do you publish? Because Antonio had a publishing company. Then we had a section called anything else. And this, which Grace would absolutely love, I don't know if she knew this was in here. This was lead generation. Anything else, if you want to bypass this wonderful digital, because Antonio tells us all the time, get them on the phone. Get them on the phone. If you want to bypass this wonderful digital voice experience, tell me your name and phone number, and I will have someone from my office contact you within the next day. What is your telephone number? Okay, one of my best people will contact you at, and then the chat repeats the customer's phone number. That is the correct number, yes. Thanks a lot for asking for more information. Thanks a lot for asking for more information about me. Someone from my office will connect with you within the next day. That's the chat conversation. Then contact Antonio. Siri, contact Antonio. Thanks. How can I contact Antonio? Thanks for asking. You can actually contact me directly at 409-500-1546. I answer all the messages myself, and I'm looking forward to developing, sorry, I can't help it. The red lines, Grace, it's the red lines.
Okay, hold on. There's some things here. First off, this is when Alexa first came out. So while this sounds normal now, this was 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
was a
this
lot
is-
back then. Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say. How at the like you was here, and the companies we kept looking for was way back here. Like it was like, no, I need this right here, and it was like, well, we ain't there yet. But
I was trying to do ChatGPT then, just
Yes,
through
you were.
voice, just through voice. No, we got to talk about that. Come on, y'all. That's too much. That's too much. I'm not gonna let you run over that.
Well,
Go
I'll
ahead.
jump in. I'll
Yes.
jump in a second because my experience with chat is not always great. I had a recent one, and it was I thought simple. I was trying to return something, and all I wanted to do was say, "Hey, I returned 2 items. I was supposed to return a third. The third one, unfortunately, I left out of the box. How do I reship it? What's the process?" And it just kept. It's already shipped. No, I didn't ship it, but it's already. No, so it was irritation. And then there should have been, to me, there should have been a point where it says, after maybe the third request, I apologize for this particular situation. I would like to refer you to a human being or to so-and-so department, and I'll have them call you, like you said, within the next 24 hours. I'm still fighting with this Mr. Chat, Mrs. Chat, whoever Chat is. So it's an irritation to me. So there's got to be a point where if I'm repeating myself and you're repeating yourself, and I say, nope, that's not what I'm asking, there should be a clue to say, okay, this is going to require a human being. Let me give this person next step. It did not do that. Very frustrating.
What a great idea. What a great idea. Let's
That is.
down before you go deeper. Let's go deeper in what she's saying. That is solutions. Y'all give solutions to this problem, because let's solve ChatGPT problem and we'll solve our own problem. I'll start so you can have an idea what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Maybe there's a button. Remember when Deanna was coming up with single mom button and such and such?
I
There's
feel
a
like
button that has some sort of error check on it to where you can push it all day, but it doesn't work until you keep getting the same questions and the same answers over and over, about the 5th or 6th time, etc. Or there should be some sort of phrase that the customers know, or some method that the customers know. Phrase would be, say this unique phrase, and it could be, I don't know, something that people wouldn't normally type, like yellow, green, blue, red, chatbot, stop. And that, because people wouldn't type that. And then that tells ChatGPT, wait, you're giving me the same answers. You get what I'm saying? You give me the same answers, and then blah, blah, blah. So that would be something that you could type. A method that you can use is, it should be somewhere to where we all here can read and frequently ask questions, that if you start a new chat, there's a possibility you get a fresher answer. And in the course, in this case, ChatGPT 4 probably wouldn't have got confused. So I'm assuming that was Chat 3.5, because Chat 3.5 doesn't have, it has great reasoning, but just not the reasoning of ChatGPT 4. Or lastly, Adrian, you should have been able to ask ChatGPT, how do you want me to write this prompt so you can understand what I'm asking?
But
So
you
those
just
are-
see, Antonio, it wasn't a chat issue. I mean, it wasn't Chat GPT causing the issue. I was the customer, and I'm talking to their chat, and their chat is not answering my question. So this was literally, I was in a real customer scenario.
Oh, that's
After
even
the third time, it's telling
worse.
me the same thing. I'm saying that's not what I asked for. There should be something after the second, maybe the third opportunity, and I'm still saying as a customer, that's not
Wow,
it.
that's
It should say,
worse.
okay, I would like to escalate you to someone who really can talk to you and understand your question and refer me that way or give me the number, because you can't find phone numbers. They don't have no phone numbers we can call them.
Mm-mm.
So it's frustrating. So do you think I want to be a customer? No, I don't.
We okay, that's even worse. So we got to talk about that. I misunderstood. That's even worse. How do y'all think? With Deanna, you lead the discussion. How would that make you feel as a customer?
Run me hot, because I have been there. I have been there, and it frustrates me because we don't always have time to just sit on the phone. So I need to go to chat. So this chat should be able to respond to me accordingly. And if it's not responding to me accordingly, then I'm gonna get frustrated. And I'm the type of person, okay, if I can't call you because you don't have a phone number listed. I'm not going to send an email because it's going to take you 24 to 48 hours to respond to my email. So I need to chat with somebody right now. And if I can't chat with you, I will literally move to another company.
Mm.
I will yank my account and move to another company because I don't have time for it.
Anybody else like that?
Yeah, because I don't know why companies think that you have time to just sit there and wait on them. No, come on, what are you doing? I was now this was a phone call, but I was calling Navy Federal to ask a question about one of my accounts, and they have the automated person that comes on and say, get ask questions, and it gives you choices, and then say if none of these say it's something else, and by the third it's something else, they say, okay, let me get you to a representative, So I mean, man, it's something, to have choices like that on the chat bot, like if you're asking a question and they give you answers, and then you should ask, did this answer your question? And say if you could put yes, and then have a section that says no, it's something else. Well, about a third no, it's something else. Okay, let me call this number, and we go, or no, they should already have your number. Someone is about to call you in the next 1 minute, be by your phone, something like that.
Okay. I fear we're sleeping on this conversation. So I want to remind us, Grace, the name of the topic today.
The name of the topic today is, how can AI enhance customer engagement and retention for your brand?
All right. So we're on subject. So just to be clear, we're literally on subject. I'm going to explain some things. Deanna, you're going to have fun, do the conversation, but I want as much vocal feedback as possible. You can keep your camera off, but this is a very serious issue. Law said he loves to send emails because I'm finna. Oh, okay, yeah, Law said something. Yes, Law was dead serious. This is.
I said what I said.
I want to explain a lot of things here because I want y'all to wake up. I don't mean wake up for this call. I mean wake up for this opportunity to know that you will have bad seasons and you will have good ones. The goal is to have these seasons gracefully and without complaint. That's the goal. Okay. Yes. You got me involved, yeah. So let's talk here. So right now, I've spent it cost me almost $200,000 to take care of my mom. That's a lot of money. Okay. That's hospice is not cheap. It was $185,000. It's not cheap. It's not. Then I've got I had 212,000 in a deal that just didn't work out, which is what it is. So now you're talking about 350 down. And then something that is working out is just on hold because things don't always happen as fast as you would like it to be happen. So you're talking about half a million. Well, that's it. I ain't got nothing else. Cash wise, right? Like cash, because cash is hard to come by. Warren Buffett has all of it. Just, I mean, it's a joke, but it's also true. It's very true. Warren Buffett has all the cash in the world. Warren Buffett has by himself. So if you can't do that, have not done that, let's make that more believable. I got this rent that I have to pay, which sounds familiar now. The gas is high. Is this getting more relatable? My transmission light just came on, or my engine light. I don't know which one, but I'm gonna need this car to last as long as it can because I can't do nothing else. I'm not gonna lie to you. And and I'm living paycheck to paycheck. One of my checks take care of car and car insurance. The other of my checks take care of house and utilities. And to be honest with you, I'm doing bad. It don't look like I'm doing bad because I'm doing it gracefully. But if anybody were to see how bad I'm really doing, that I don't even know how I get past the last 16 days of each month. Because as soon as I get paid, it's already accounted for. Do I have a witness? Is there somebody? I'm trying to make it okay.
Watch yourself.
Okay,
You're talking, sir. You're
okay.
talking.
We making it real relatable.
Then I have a house of 5 people I need to feed, and I'm still trying to figure out how I'm gonna feed myself.
Right.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and if you pay those bills late, you're paying an extra $30.
Oh my God, I forgot all about that, Damali.
Get off
Jesus
that.
Christ. And then this damn bank keep hitting me with overdrafts. I ain't got no money. So you
Exactly.
taking money from me when I ain't got no money. Come on now. It's this.
And then let's not talk about Social Security, FICA, and federal
The
taxes.
Social Security ain't enough. And then they taking too much out of my check. And they ain't giving me enough. And then the disability claim I got has been in step 1 for a year and a half.
All right, sir, you walking down our street, and we doing it gracefully.
Gracefully. What else we need to do? No doubt. So this subject, customer service, Phil and Susan like to call it customer loyalty, is retention. Retention means holding on to customers so they can keep paying their products or monthly subscriptions or whatever. So I need you to get, if anything that I said related to you in any way, you have a customer retention problem. Because if you did not, that wouldn't have been relatable. So I fear we sleeping on this conversation. I know for me, I have a customer retention problem because I ain't got no more customers. I let them all go for the last 3 years. What I have is a bunch of prospects that I'm getting ready to funnel into a new product. In my particular case, what works out for me, because these people have already purchased from me more than once, I just don't want to go back down the road that I was on. So if I have to be embarrassed or whatever, like just pick a bunch of things, I'm okay with that because I understand that what I am building or have built is the thing that solves all problems. My problems are simple. I don't want to have clients. I just don't. All right? I don't want to have clients. That's my problem. So I need to explain 2 things to y'all so we can catch up with Deanna and her conversation. We're going to talk about CL, well, maybe three things. We're going to talk about CAQ, write that down, Grace. Customer, well, we call it CAC actually. Customer acquisition costs. Sometimes you hear people say CAC. CLV, customer lifetime value. And then, well, let's just stick with those two first. Customer acquisition cost is exactly what you think it is, Janice. It's how much it pays you. I mean, how much it costs you to get Damali. While Damali is a great customer, while Adonia is a great customer, while Susan is a great customer, while all of you are great customers, you don't come free. 2 cents, 12 cents, $14, blah, blah, blah. As a matter of fact, I just dropped the Zoom down, my Zoom payment from 75 a month to 15 because we wasn't using the conferencing no more. No sense in not being a good steward of your money. But y'all come on this call for free, which was just fine by me. But you still cost me $15.95 a month, just so we're clear, on just this Zoom. It's worth it. It's absolutely worth it. But that's a cost that it takes to get a customer. You just don't realize it. So your monthly subscriptions are actually part of your customer acquisition cost. So know that it's going to cost you to get customer. So if it costs you to get a customer, Adrian, then you probably want to keep that customer, because once you have that customer, it's cheaper to keep them. It's cheaper to keep them. Then we have customer lifetime value. Damali, do me a favor. If you can't come back to Damali, I want to show you something. Damali is a smart woman, conservative, a good steward of her money. She ain't buying no dumb stuff. Y'all understand? She ain't got no cocaine habit. She makes sure, and her hair's like super long, and then she got sister locks. So her hair costs $1,000 just to get it done.
It literally did.
Yeah.
And I cut it in half.
You cut it in half.
Halfway up my back. Halfway up my back. Not touching my button.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I understand. It's too hot for that anyway. I get it. Damali, do you go to Walmart?
Yeah.
I figured. Even if she don't like it, she got them kids.
I don't like it, and I have to go regularly.
Them kids.
Yeah.
You can't be going to Target with a family.
Oh no.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Damali, if I may, on average, Walmart has spent $95 to get you. Can you tell me how much Walmart has made from you since the first time you spent money?
I said a cuss word. I have my mic muted, but thousands.
Hundreds of thousands.
Hundreds of thousands over the years. Yeah.
Is there anybody? Thank you so much, Damali. I appreciate you. I want to pick the most fiscally responsible of some of us. Is there another? Since the first time you spent money at Walmart, you can say they have tens or hundreds of thousands of your dollars. Is this okay? Is it?
Oh yeah.
So she ain't the only one.
I could buy a $500,000 house with the money I have spent at Walmart.
So most of these squares or all, that's called.
Can I just say this real quick?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
That you would choose that. You're such a wise man. I love you, Antonio Smith Jr. Thank you for listening to God. Listen,
yes, ma'am.
Walmart is the only place I could take all the grandchildren at one time.
Yes.
All them babies, all of them. Pick out the shoes you want.
Yeah.
The clothes, I'm telling you.
You know, you're right, and I don't care. Somebody, there's always going to be somebody be like, "Well, I don't do that. I grow my own vegetables." But when that, because your kids are grown, your kids is grown. But before they was grown, you was in Walmart too. You know why you was in Walmart? because that dollar needed to stretch.
And they grow out everything every 3 months.
Every 3 months. You hear she grow out everything every 3 months. Jeans become shorts. Cut these jeans up and make them shorts. Just burn them edges. That's old school. Y'all don't know that. That's old school. Yeah. That's old school. That's customer lifetime value. They spent $95 to get the Molly, but have made about $225,000 off of her and me and you and blah, blah, blah. You know why? Because Walmart focuses on customer retention. And here's the thing. We know Adonia ain't out here trying to make Walmart rich, but they'll still find her way. They way in her pockets. They still will. Well, I don't go to Walmart. Well, you let a hurricane come in or earthquake or natural disaster of some type. Bet you be at Walmart with everybody else. We all seen a couple of years ago, all the shelves of Walmart had no toilet paper, hand soap, toothbrushes, and toothpaste was in abundance. Didn't go nowhere. No hand sanitizer, no toilet paper. The toothbrush. That says a lot about America, that we never had a scare of a toothpaste shortage or hygiene shortage. Hand sanitizer, yes, but nothing else. And just want to throw that out there. Sandra Lucky just saying. Sandra Lucky just saying. You know, that's I'm just putting it out there. Okay. Customer retention and using AI to help you do that is vital. So let's not sleep on this conversation. And let's try to be more like Walmart. And for every Adonia we get, we make $225,000 off of her. Here's the deal. Just to be clear, Walmart's not robbing us. They're not overcharging us. They're not upset. Well, they are upselling us, but they're not like they're making that money as fairly as possible to where until now we had no complaint because you need the stuff. All right. Now that we understand that it costs money to get a customer, but if you retain that customer, you can make hundreds of thousands of dollars off of one customer. Now that we understand that, if we may, can we reboot this conversation? Because if your company isn't doing that or similarly, that's why everything I said is relatable. I promise you, Walmart is the richest family in America. Just so we're clear. You had to go to the Rothschilds, I don't know where they at, probably Europe, to get bigger than that. So now that we get this, Grace, let's start with you, and Deanna, we throw it back to you. Are you using anything retention-wise, customer service-wise, customer loyalty-wise, or artificial intelligence for the phone calls that you make? You're a salesperson.
Right. AI tool wise, no.
Have you noticed that every time you sell a new product, you have to go get new calls and call lists?
Yes.
But wouldn't it have been smarter? Grace, how many phone calls would you have say you have made since you started your first phone call?
My Lord.
Don't be humble.
I know it's in the thousands.
No, it's way past that. It's an astronomical number. I had you doing 1,000 a month, something like that. So 100, yeah. So I had you rolling.
Yeah. Yeah.
So probably tens of thousands of
Tens of
customers.
thousands, yeah.
Okay, so let's just put it at 20,000. It's probably more. We're probably shortballing. So Grace has made 20,000. Wouldn't it be smart if Grace actually had that list of 20,000 and treated that list like the conversation we're having today?
My goodness, yes.
So now when you go find a new product, you just start back over at 20,000. You're just adding to your list. Wouldn't it have been great if somebody would have told Grace, well, when you talk to them, save all their likes and needs. Students said boom, boom, boom. So when she gets another product, she could have looked in her database, CRM, whatever, and said, oh, this person mentioned something about being a homeowner. This is solar. Let me call them back. Hey, Jimmy, this is Grace. You and I talked a couple of years ago. Wouldn't that have been better, Grace?
Yes, sir. A
Now,
lot.
of course, Grace didn't have the tools. We couldn't afford no CRM, or because the CRM that Grace needs is holding 40,000 names, emails, and stuff, and they're gonna charge her, 10 cents a user and stuff. But it would be smart if Grace had that, because that's customer retention, or at least prospect retention. And now people will hire Grace because she's got 40,000 people at her disposal. Instead of saying I suck at lead generation, you wouldn't have to. You would just keep those things, have good data on them.
Yep.
And then use AI to keep in contact with them. That way you'll know whose number has changed, whose address has changed when you send them a card for Father's Day or Mother's Day. Because don't just have to be birthdays, y'all. Think about birthday cards. Let me tell y'all something. Sending cards to prospects is so powerful because you're probably going to be the only card that they get all year, just so we're clear.
Antonio,
Yes, ma'am.
the first week I met Phil, or no, I guess it wasn't the first week, it was the first Christmas. He had me sending Christmas cards, handwritten Christmas cards to every one of his clients and potential clients.
See?
And this is in 81.
See? Do that? But first off, that's unheard of. That's 40 years before its time. Handwritten. And shout out to Susan and Phil, because they had no choice to get married after that. I mean, they had a choice. I done wrote these cards. You mine now, Don't waste my penmanship, right, Grace? Ain't that what your mama said? I done wrote with a pen. We together, Phil. And then that's it. Right? Think about this. We have to get our customer loyalty together. Don't think about customer loyalty as treating your customer well. That's part of it. But you really need to think about customer service, customer retention, customer loyalty as your brand serving them into the death of your product and more. I'll explain. If I don't know whose chapstick, I know it's mine. I stole it from somebody, but Blistex satin nectar pineapple. I obviously stole this from a woman. Leche and nectarine. Okay, definitely not something that I would buy. But the lips was chapped, Janice, upon stealing this. And I was like, you don't need this no more. I'm gonna need that. Because we can't walk around with juicy lips that's crusty. Can't do that, Janice. That's out of line. Yeah, that's out of line. That's out of line. My lips are too full. I got Botox up in them. Naturally, it's called melanin.
Reverend.
Just saying. So we can't walk around with glass on our lips. Blistex should be catering to me. but they are not. This is why all of you who have chapstick, you ain't got no loyalty to no chapstick company. Come on now. And they said, well, Carmex is my favorite. I didn't say favorite. I said, if you had a chance, Janice, to buy another brand, would you? Yeah. You know why we ain't got no loyalty to a certain toilet paper, a certain toothbrush, a certain hospital? They don't give us no customer service. And the hospital you do like gives you great customer service. Getting customer service in the hospital is nearly impossible. They don't have to. You died to get up in there. But what should happen in business is when Phil buys my chapstick, there should be a continuous conversation between me and Phil. He should be in a secret group, a portal, or something. I don't care. It's too many options to go through. And until Phil used this very last thing, Phil is my number one customer. Customer loyalty should happen. If I know you buy a pen until they run out of ink, I owe Adonia. Now see.
And then after the fact, because she bought that pen from you, so when it run out of ink, you should be able to supply the ink refill too.
Right. And I should be the first person to come at her with some ink instead of one of you knuckleheads. Adonia, you out of ink yet? No, I'm not out of ink. Quit asking me. Okay. Adonia, you out of ink yet? 10,000, you out of ink yet? Well, I'm finally out of ink. Give me some more. Yes, ma'am. Gotcha. I got you. I'm giving you some ink because I don't want nobody else giving you no ink. Now, Deanna, now you can have this brilliant conversation. Let's be sleeping on it. Don't talk about nothing else. How do we write handwritten letters like Susan did? That got her husband. How can we do that? Okay. But through AI now.
The floor is open.
Now we talking.
We still have handwritten, little folded things that have logo and stuff on it that you open up and you handwrite in it and send it, the little smaller, little like a thank you.
Yep.
But it's personalized.
I bet y'all use them during the pandemic too, because I remember Phil jumping back on the phone with everybody. I bet y'all was using them during the pandemic.
Oh yeah, pandemic, that's what we did. We stayed in touch with everybody.
Yep. I have no doubt. Come on, who else?
I found something called sentiment analysis, and it says AI can analyze your customer feedback, your reviews, and your survey responses so that you can gauge sentiment and identify areas for improvement.
That's right. Now, I've got where me and my little computer program guy, we're finalizing the registration page. That's happening as we speak, but Rhino Leg has all that in there. Keep going, y'all. I don't want to say you quiet, but keep going.
I want to present to everyone what's called omni-channel integration. That's your hero post, what was that other one we used to use, Grace?
Hootsuite.
Yeah.
There's a few of them out there.
It is. With that, you're able to keep your customers engaged while limiting the time it takes to do it. Because not only are you I did not know those existed.
Me either.
Because you can schedule, not only can you schedule your post, but you can schedule your post across multiple platforms. And it's called Omni, OM, like omnipotent, Omni channel
Mhm.
integration.
So you need that. All right. Who needs more money? Well, I mean, I said that way because y'all gonna say, "Well, I don't need anything." Who is calling forth more money into the experience? There you go. I can get everybody. Okay. Just okay. All right. Outstanding. Okay. So how do we get more money to our experience using AI? Can I tell you what I'm doing and y'all steal from me? But the deal is, if we do that, you have to actually talk about it and actually steal it. Is that okay? If not, I just won't tell you.
I got my paper and I got my pen.
Who plans on acquisitioning the information I am going to provide?
I am.
I'm listening.
And
All right.
You
Okay.
know, I usually use your information quite well.
No doubt. No doubt. I just gave away a bunch of information to somebody yesterday. And I was like, man, I don't care if you reteach it. As a matter of fact, here's what I would do if I was you. And he was like, bet, say less. And I was like, anyway. Okay. My goal, makes this as simple as possible, but it's powerful, is to manage and serve 1 billion people through one channel. You should write that down. That's my goal.
can you repeat that for us, please?
I want to manage 1 billion people and serve 1 billion people through one channel. This is my goal. The first step that I decided to take was get the first 20,000 of them. That's what RhinoLink is for. The first 20,000. The third step that I want to take with the first 20,000 of them is to create $40 profit for each one of these people. With such a great profit, my next step, I think fourth step, is to use AI to cut human labor as much as possible. Just stupid gnat flying around. As much as possible. From there, I need to simulate the best customer experience possible, customer loyalty possible. I actually have it written down to lose money in customer service. But then I also have it strategically strategized to where the customer service people are trained in sales. I also, next step, want to use a chatbot to become its own business in RhinoLink. From this, the chatbot would do most of the customer service and most of the sales. That chatbot that last step, what I'm gonna cover for right now, is to compete with RhinoLeg itself. Okay, who wrote down all those steps? Outstanding. Good. Okay, put them in the chat where I can see them.
What was
'Cause I'm
step
gonna-
two? I missed it. After get to first 20,000, that was step one.
Ask Gianna.
Create a $40 profit for each person.
Okay, he said that was step three, so I thought I missed step two. Okay, so that was step two. Okay.
Oh, I think step 1 is manage and serve 1 billion people through one channel.
Oh, okay, got it. Got it. Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right, so they're getting ready to put that in there. Can you see that I have a plan?
Okay, so I can't get all that. So this is gonna be replayed, all right? I can't get it right.
Yes,
Yep.
ma'am.
Replayed
Okay.
and in the chat and in Grace and the official notes, which will be on the show notes, right? All right, so I'm gonna show y'all.
Antonio, the question I have is why did you
Mhm.
tell it to compete with RhinoLeg? You want-
Exactly. You know what? I'm gonna start I was hoping someone would catch what I did. Thank you. Keep going, Adonia. I want them to catch that you catching.
Yeah, but I think what you're saying is if I can find something to compete at, that means I can even be better.
That's right.
You're helping yourself by telling it, you're your competition. In other words, when you ask that question, that was pretty dang brilliant. But I
Thank you
wanted
so
to make
much.
sure I understood if that was why you did it.
That's exactly why I did it. And I'm gonna tell you where I got it from. Nike, which is Nike in Greek. Nike competes with itself. Y'all don't see it this way, but Nike has in-store sales and online sales, and those are two different companies.
There is a store here, right here in the Lamarck area that you were teaching that same concept to.
Yep. Sure did. I'll try it again, Grace. Nike competes with itself. Is this understood? They have an online division with an online team, and they have their in-house division with their in-house team. Of course, I got the text up, but that's irrelevant for right now. Nike is not even a sneaker company, to be honest with you. Nike is a tech company. Its product is sneakers. Just so we're clear. Now, understanding this, because Adonia caught it, and it's brilliant what that is. I want the chatbot so efficient that the moment you get your question answered, you also getting sold something. If you can't get sold something, you're getting gifted something. Grace,
You talking, sir?
let me. If you're already a customer, it means I'm not spending money for you anymore. But if the chatbot can make the sale on my behalf, it means I'm not using payroll anymore.
This is true because you don't have to pay a chatbot.
My bad, Damali. I just muted. Yeah.
Antonio, as a customer though, one of my frustrations now, and maybe as AI gets more intelligent, is the people that use the chatbot when they're inefficient.
Yeah.
Like I need the chatbot to have a bunch of keywords around that subject. So if I say this word and not the specific one word you're looking for, you can still answer my question. You know, stuff like that.
No, you're right. I definitely
That's
got
the
an
only
uphill.
hurdle. That's the only hurdle I have with chatbots.
No, you're right. No, you are absolutely right. I definitely got an uphill climb. That's for sure. Definitely have an uphill climb. Definitely needs to be trained. It's not going to start off smoothly, which kind of suggests to you, Damali, why I want to start off with 20,000. This serves two purposes. It's my financial backing, and it's let's mess up with 20,000 people so we can get these kinks together before we try to go out and mess up with 1 billion people, 1 million people. That's why In fact, for some of you with the emails, I sent the plan that breaks this down. I just didn't say it explicitly, but that 20,000 there for a reason. It's that test group. It's the 20,000 people that's test group.
Antonio,
So, yes, sir.
Nike is also a golf ball company, a golf club company, an apparel company,
Crazy.
a football equipment company.
Crazy. Got him. He showed right. Next, they'll be selling power drinks.
What about the clothing company? All the stuff I got.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, crazy, right?
What about the clothing company, Phil?
Apparel. I said apparel.
Oh, I didn't hear.
Crazy because that's Nike. And they're competing. All those companies compete with themselves. So I'm trying to do the same thing. Now, let's break this down. Deanna, let's start with you. I like 1 billion people. That's so I start off at 2 billion. I actually cut it down to 1 billion. Remember, I was saying we want to educate the world with ATS University, blah, blah, blah. Bam. If you have what companies do you know that serve 1 billion people? Let's list those companies. Grace, if you know what, once you put it in ChatGPT, let's not even, we can.
McDonald's was my first one. Walmart was my second one. Then you got Disney. Then you got HEB, Jack in the Box, Coca-Cola, Nike.
You're showing your age. Because if I'd asked that to my kids, they would have said Facebook, Google.
Oh yeah, Facebook,
TikTok.
TikTok, Instagram.
Can y'all see that?
Yep.
Fortnite.
Epic Games.
Roblox.
Epic Games owns Fortnite. I mean, other way around, Fortnite. Epic Games owns Fortnite. Yep.
Roblox.
Steam, the way you get the PC games from. Yep, where you get PC games. PlayStation, Xbox.
Yep.
Twitch.
Nintendo.
Okay. Can y'all see how there's more than one company serving 1 billion? Android, it's a different company. It's not Google, it's Android.
Southwest, United Airlines, American Airlines.
Facebook Messenger.
Ooh, WhatsApp, Apple.
WhatsApp.
Zoom.
Okay, are y'all getting this? We out here thinking, if I ask you that question at first, you'd be like, oh, it ain't that many. No, it's plenty. It's plenty. And you probably use more than 2 of them. You probably use more than 2 of them. These companies have a thread in common, but I'll save that for your learning. Yeah, Netflix is close to 1 billion. Something like 300 million.
Amazon.
Amazon owns MGM Grand, for God's sake. Remember, they bought that 2 years ago.
Really?
They own James Bond. What? Yeah, they own a TV studio. Yeah, they bought that. Yeah, they did that. We ain't even got to the video game companies. We ain't even got to Rockstar, who invented GTA and all sorts of games. We ain't even got there. Minecraft. Yeah, that's the #1 selling game of all time. Mario. You did say Nintendo. You did say Nintendo.
Say Nintendo.
All right. I bring this up to show you all 2 things. 1, getting 1 billion customers possible. But 2, you got to have one central location where all these customers come. You have to build Mecca. Speaking of Mecca, Christians, Muslims, these are companies. No offense to you, but you're tax-free companies. Just to be clear. If you don't think your Christian or Islamic organization is a company, well, then give me all the money. Give me all the money, and then you could be right.
Well, my pastor just said yesterday, yeah, while we are a church, this is a business.
Okay. Because if you that holy, let me get that money off your hands so I can make sure you stay holy. You understand? Let me get that money off you. I'll take good care of you. Janice, you so holy, you don't want your money? Because I know what to do with it. I'll take care of it for you.
No, I'm not that holy.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm not holy anyway.
Oh, okay.
I'm not in the holy roller.
Okay. All right, then. So now that we understand that as anointed as Adrian is, the rent don't say, "Oh, Adrian, you a pastor. You ain't got to pay no rent." Lies. Big lies. All right, that ain't how it works. All right. So we good now, yes? So in number one, it is possible, but you need to build Mecca, to borrow from Africa. You need to build Mecca. So that's my attempt at doing it. I'm building Mecca. Number two, I broke it down, but ain't no sense trying to get $1 billion because you don't need $1 billion, Grace. You need 20,000, 10,000, 1,000. Or how about we keep it simple? You need one. If you don't get your first customer, can't nobody believe in you. All right, skip 3, self-explanatory. Step 4, Deanna, read step 4 and explain to me, and all y'all explain to me how can I do it? How am I doing it? Go ahead. Step 4 is use AI to cut human labor as much as possible.
Okay. First off, Rhino Lake pretty much cuts all human labor. But with artificial intelligence, you don't need human labor because there's an artificial intelligence platform or software that covers every aspect of human labor, from sales to marketing to customer relation to customer retention, or to customer loyalty to customer retention, to posting on social media, to creating your marketing plan, scheduling out your marketing plan. Like you can do a drip marketing campaign where the first 3 days, it drips out this information. And then over the next few weeks, it drips out this information. And then over the next few months, it drips out this information. You don't need to have a person on staff to do that. You have artificial intelligence that can do it for you. You have artificial intelligence to send out your emails. MailChimp is artificial intelligence. Anything. You have artificial intelligence to help you with, there was one you used to use, I forgot the name of it. Anyways, there's artificial intelligence to help you sales. You have sales funnels. You have, there's artificial intelligence to help you talk to people. You have chatbots. You have, the chats. There's artificial intelligence to help you send text messages to people. So you don't even have to do that. Like
text messages to people is important. Yeah,
so there's literally, all you have to do is either pay a one-time fee, like with how we did with Hero Post, pay $197 and we got it permanently for a lifetime, or you pay a monthly fee and it's still less than what it would cost to pay payroll.
Right, because you can pass those savings down to your customers.
Exactly.
Yep. Good stuff. All right. How can, let's pick somebody. Let's do Adonia, because she is in the processing of retiring. So let's do Adonia. She is buying her time back. I really like the way Phil said it. She's making her job her first client. I really like that mindset. That matches that Antonio grit. So let's take Adonia. It's a real world example. It can help her and it can help everybody else. If I was Adonia, what would I do? I would hire one person. And hiring one person could be done a million different ways, right? You can pay them commission based or something until salary starts hitting, right? Blah, blah, blah. But I would hire one person to utilize ChatGPT for me all day long for 8 hours a day. Now, all Adonia has to do is set a vision. And then that person, while she's working, is working her vision with the smartest brain on the planet. Rewind, press play.
Or would you call that like a chat technician or something?
I
Somebody
sure
that
the hell would.
you know, that's a pretty good, it's a pretty good idea,
It
actually.
really is. It really is. Because what Adonia needs is time, but she can't buy time and can't get time. So there's only one way to buy time, Grace: labor. But one human plus AI is 300 employees. I be trying to make this make
Okay.
so much sense to y'all. I really
Okay.
do. I be
And you've
trying to.
already said that a prompt technician is a new job title. And we also, if you Google it, it is now officially a job.
It's nothing for Adonia to set a vision. I want this, and this, and this. This is what we need this month. And then that prompt engineer or that person, because they will be a prompt engineer, but we don't want them just prompting and engineering. No. We want them laboring, building what Adonia has set. I know her blood is on fire right now hearing this. One person to use ChatGPT all day. Now she got books, programs, and I would absolutely pay for ChatGPT 4. I really would. $20. I'd say use these. I would say use the unlimited 3. But when it's reasoning time, I want you to use those prompts to get a good step-by-step process or an outline or whatever you're trying to do through ChatGPT 4. Once you get that bone and structure, then you go into ChatGPT 3 and say, hey, this is what I have, do this. You use 4 to get that meat and potatoes because it has better reasoning. But once you get that reasoning,
let me ask
yeah,
you
yes,
a
ma'am.
question.
Mhm.
You know, the reason why I'm asking this question is because what I find with chat, some of the languages, some of the responses it makes, I wouldn't say it that way. So I tend to I tend to restructure it in my language.
Fair
You know,
enough.
and a technician can't do that. I mean, you know, you can't expect that. They can do the foundation, then I would have to go alter, but I definitely think it could be a good game changer for me.
It would definitely be a game changer. So let's not make him a technician. Let's make it somebody you train. Somebody like that. That's her training is to train this person to think like her through the prompts, but think better than her.
That's abuse. I couldn't do that. Nobody would want to have to come behind me like that. That would be abuse.
Fair enough.
That's not
Fair enough. For sure. If she sets a vision, let's make this. In fact, we'll do one now. Don't give me something that you're attempting to build right now that you wish would continue in your absence while you're at work.
what
are
I'm
you
doing
working on?
right now is I really do have a course and I have it completely outlined. My challenge is
Perfect.
I'm trying to do what
Yeah.
order to put stuff in, and then I'm
Perfect.
anticipating what questions they may have. Then in the middle of that, I'm doing worksheets for it. So all this is happening at the same time, and I get really backed up and confused. And then when I stop, I got to go figure out an hour later, well, where did I leave off at, and start all over again.
And that's frustrating in itself, ain't it? That's frustrating in itself for sure. Yeah. And then she got to go to work. So that's she come back 10 hours later. And now she like, you know what? I'm not dealing with this today. like anybody else would. That's definitely understandable. I wrote down what she said. She's trying to find the orders, questions, and worksheets. And that's what I'm saying. Hire somebody that can take her outline and say, okay, what I want is I need to know what order this goes in, and I need questions that they can ask, and then I need worksheets. So I want you to start off with questions. I want you to take this outline, and I want you to, for every line in this outline, I want you to ask ChatGPT for 25 of the most common questions that could be asked based on this information. You get those 25, and then you say, now I want you to ask ChatGPT 25 of advanced questions that could be asked on this same line that do not repeat the basic questions. Now you got 50. Now her course outline has 50 movements in itself. So now she's got 2,550, Grace, questions from my outline. She runs that into a chatbot, but I don't have a chatbot. No worries. She goes to work. She tells the person she trained, I want you to ask ChatGPT how to create a chatbot, but I don't want you to just ask that. I already Googled it for you. And I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. This is what Adonia's gonna do, okay? I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. She's going, how to create a chat bot step by step for your company. So Adonia's gonna say, but I don't want you to just ask. What I want you to do is I want you to take this link that has the complete guide of how to create a chat bot, and I want you to feed it. Oh, no. We're gonna do this here. Yeah, I want you to feed it into ChatGPT, all 8 of these steps. I want you to feed it into ChatGPT. Say, here's what I have. Actually, I might do this myself. Here's what I have. Can you break each step down step by step? We want to keep everything in-house. We don't want to use any third parties, or we want to use third parties to make it faster. If you use third parties, you may pay money or not. It's up to you. So now she's not just asking, how do you create a chat bot for ChatGPT? Because Adonia, if nobody else knows, Adonia knows that's going to get a general answer. Well, in order to create a chat bot, some general answer she didn't need. So she copies and pastes, and she tells her person, use this link. And say, hey, I want to go line by line. When all she's doing is telling her person, you're going to build a chat bot, and you're going to get the code and all that stuff while she's at work. But you're going to follow, I'll show it again. You're going to follow, I'll put this link in chat. You're going to follow this link though. Now, what's the difference? You're going to follow it. And each time, once you get to chatbot platforms, what's the name? Rhino Leg is actually using IBM Watson. Code base, blah, blah. So you can use these right here if you want to do code. For non-developers, so maybe she wants to use non-developers, doesn't matter. Instabot, free trial, bam. But building a chatbot, and you're just going to copy and paste this and you say, okay, here's what I want to do. You copy and paste this right here, y'all. Grace, hold on, I'm going to show y'all. I'm going to show you. There's y'all link. Grace, take this link, come right here to building a chatbot through Facebook Messenger. Well, no, we don't want to use Facebook. We want her to have it. Saying, come to 8 tips. I want you to go all the way down to right here. Okay. Okay. 1 through 8. Share your screen. Let's go to ChatGPT. We're gonna use 4. I'm about to bless them down here today. My sister who don't want me deserves a blessing. Mhm. I'm the brother she didn't want. Yes. Yes.
That would be true, but still love you anyway.
Yes.
Love you.
It did sound bad. All right, Grace is sharing the screen. You'll be going to 4, Grace. You're gonna copy and paste everything there. There you go. Scroll up. Now what you're gonna do, shift in a couple times. When you're finished with this, you're gonna send this link because they got it to where you cannot share links. Deanna told me you're gonna send this link to Adonia, and she'll be able to finish the conversation herself. And you'll be able to see the whole conversation. But we're gonna wait until we finish it because wherever you put a link as for, it's gonna stop. You're gonna type this word for word. I need to build a chatbot for my company. I found some information. I posted below. If you could give me, based on this information, a solid and very specific outline that I need, comma, including whatever programming languages or tools that I will need that would be great so I can build this chatbot. In my next prompt, I will ask you for a 50-step guideline to accomplish whatever you're about to give to me. Thank you for spelling "you're" right. We appreciate that. All of us do. On behalf of grammar police everywhere, we appreciate that. All right, hit enter, please.
I forgot to add the title of what this want to rate was, so I wanted to be sure.
Be efficient. No matter what's going on.
No.
All right, so we figured choose the right tools, identify the scope, blah, blah, blah. Like I knew this was going to happen. That's right information. It's all good. What we finna do, or that's not really English, but what we are about to do is get Adonia very specifics. Adonia, so in this case, no, we already know the answer. She's building this chatbot for a comprehensive course. Adonia, can you give us the subject on your course?
Yeah. It's how to live a prosperous. That's not the title. You want the title of it?
No, just the theme is just fine. So we need to feed it.
Okay, it's specific to women who are graduating in age, and they're starting to believe that there's nothing else left to life. And I'm saying this is the best time of your life, and these are all the things you can be doing and what you should be focusing on.
Outstanding. All right,
that's
great.
just a nutshell. It's a little sassy. It's a little sassy to it, but that's the gist.
Fair enough. Great. Scroll up to number 1 for me, please. All right, copy and paste, identify like number 1. All right, go down to the chat. This is what Deanna would do. Concerning colon. Now backed it up to up there. Now go down the bottom, hit shift enter twice. We're building a chatbot for an online course that is specifically for women who have gotten old enough to be beat down by life. The creator, CEO, and teacher's apostrophe S name is Adonia Dixon. The purpose of this course is to teach women that what they are calling the worst time of their lives is actually the best time of their lives. The genre of this course could fall under self-help, business, and psychology.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
And
You-
psychology, self-help, business, and psychology.
Thank you.
Now, there are only 3 industries on the planet. Deanna, you know what they are: health, wealth, and relationships.
Yep.
In this case, Adonia is operating in the wealth category, according to what she said. So you're gonna put,
Actually, you know what? Well, I mean, being financially savvy is part of it, but really it's purpose driven. As we get older, I think we're sassier and we have more opportunities. We think, oh my God, I'm getting old. No, you're not. You just really getting good. That's what the messaging is.
that makes sense. So then we can put, so it's still, well, it could be health or it could be wealth or relationships. So I got a question for you. Are you building wealth or building better relationships?
The relationship is with ourselves, and then the other relationship comes after we get ourselves together. So it's building you with purpose.
All right, it's relationships.
We
Got it.
think again, we're giving ourselves. Anyway. I'll send you some more information if you want it. It's a lot.
Oh yeah, sure. No, I got you. I'm just going to do something real fancy with ChatGPT. I mean, Grace, you're going to say, consider classifying the course in the relationship category with a very strong emphasis on building on the customer building a strong personal relationship with themselves and their self-talk, their self-esteem from a total mind, body, and spirit perspective. Now that you understand the course and who is in charge, I need very specific steps I also need you to choose my technology. Let's scroll down. We finna go to, so, right? I need to see number 3. I also need you to, I need you to choose, in fact, I need you to choose my technology, comma, design conversation flow. I need you to design my conversation flow. So ask that first question to get these steps. Thou filleth me. Okay. I need you to pick a platform. What, Adonia, you don't want to program this, right? You need a platform. Yeah, she needs a platform. She don't want to program it. Let's just keep it. Don't worry about
I
it.
actually already, I have a platform already.
Which, can you tell me which one it is? Do you know?
Sorry, I'm trying to drive here. It's Mastermind. I'm in the Tony Robbins. I have his system, and
And he has a
it's
chatbot.
it works really well,
Okay,
actually.
good. Okay then. So let me Google that real quick. Tony Robbins Mastermind. Chatbot. Sign in. Start in. Boom, boom, boom. My chatbot life. Okay, it's in Mastermind though. Okay. All right, then. So you're gonna let's take out. I need you to pick a platform and put. I'm going to be using Tony Robbins Mastermind platform. As platform, just put period. Thank you. Anything that I am missing, please decide for me. In this prompt, I want you to give me a 30-step guide, very specific, no general responses, now that you know my very specific requirements. And after guide, do me a favor, put a comma so he can, I need ChatGPT to know. There you go. All right, then. Hit enter.
Yeah, hold on. Some people can't hear me because they wanted they wanted this.
Oh, yes. No. There you go.
All right. So the chat. All right.
Make sure they make it to the official notes too.
Okay.
Now we're getting some traction. And this is so now what's going to happen is, back to my original example. Let's see. All right, stop that.
Stop generating?
Yep. All right, then. So recopy and say no, say I need to recopy and paste this whole last prompt. Right. So what you're gonna go up to the top, shift enter twice.
From the top?
Yep. Okay. You've made a mistake. I don't need a guideline. I need you to give me step 1 to create this process, such as join this platform or pick this tool.
Do I need to put quotes? Quotations and
That's
join
fine. That's fine. Join this platform or pick this tool, or develop 300 questions, or anything. You can close that quotation, or anything like this. And I need it all the way to step 30, because I am ready to build my chatbot. And my instructions of below are very specific. You to be, and you can put very specific, to be clear, you're allowing me to give these steps to the engineer who will build the chatbot. Therefore, please speak as if you were talking to the engineer who will build it. And you're going to put, my goal is to leave for work and leave them a very specific 30-step outline that they will follow. All right. Copy and paste that now. Yeah, I would say go ahead and put that in the chat too. All right. Now hit enter. Should get something better now. Okay. Purpose, redefine. Okay, that's fine. Still looking good. All right, we looking good. Good. We're looking good. This is much better. Because now what we finna do is Adonia is going to take, so this is where she gives it to the prompt, whoever she's hiring. And then they're going to copy and paste number one. They're going to copy and paste, go up to number one, Grace. They're going to copy and paste number one. Number one is going to say, research and familiarize yourself with the Mastermind platform. And the possibilities it offers for chatbot integration. And then they're going to copy and paste that and say, hey, can you give me ideas? Or what steps would you ask? Or how can I get this done? They're going to, like each individual one, they're going to go in and get all these answers. So when they get the purpose, they're going to type in that's what's already up there, or Donnie's going to have their purpose, and that's going to be the purpose. You get it, and it's going to feed. And once you do all 30, now you're going to have a very, very specific thing. And now you just start, you can create an account, and then you're going to start coding your stuff. That's simple. These 30 steps, once you fill these out, see, remember, if Chatbot gave you steps and then you ask for 30, once you fill these out, you have 30 very specific things. Now you can get your code, you can get your assistance or whatever, and that's something that the person, you scroll down to 30, Grace, that's something that the person that she can leave behind can accomplish. It's as simple as that.
Antonio,
Yes, sir.
in a possible place where she can find this person, and you've heard me say this before, go to her local community college, talk to the professors of either marketing, business administration, or technology, and find a B student that needs the money.
Yep. And every time you say that, it just gets more and more powerful. And why are we not doing this yet? Syndrome. Because it really is brilliant. It really is brilliant. All right, let's pause here real quick. Grace, stop real quick. Oh, you just stop. Let's pause. Adonia now has a steps for a chatbot. Here's the deal. She don't need to understand those steps. She don't. All she needs to do is go in one by one and bust her Adrian. I don't get it. Break it down to me, and it will. That's it.
But let me ask you
Yes,
a
ma'am.
question, because I believe, because I'm not a very trustful person, I believe I do need to understand, because if I hire whoever this person is going to be, I need to know that they're not dishing me a bunch of bull and that it's functioning like I need it to function. And so I am that person that wants to know the back end. I don't necessarily know how to have to know how, but I want to know why, why it works and what makes it work, because how am I going to know if it's doing its job?
No, fair
And
enough.
then the other thing is I'm gonna, and then here's the other thing. Can I use that chat on someone else's platform? For instance, I want to also go into Udemy and put a course in Udemy. I don't know if I could do that in that case. So maybe it would have to be on my website. I don't know. So those are the things that I'm still trying to figure out.
Right. And so yes, and I agree with everything you said. That's why we're going to bust our Adrian. So anywhere she don't understand, she's going to say, I don't get it. can you break this down for me? Just number one, not all 30, just that number one. And then she's going to ask, and is there a way to integrate this on Unity or Udemy and integrate this on Canva, or not Canva, that's irrelevant, Thinkific, and et cetera, et cetera. So she's right. And I'm glad you said that, Adonia, because everybody else needed to hear you say it. Because she don't want to go crap. She don't want somebody to give her crap. Amen. Because that's exactly what she's saying. Don't give me something, because I'm gonna think crap look good. You know, because I don't know nothing. So she wants to know. So the crap looks like a turd when she sees it, no matter how polished it is. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. Like comes from
Antonio?
somebody. Yes, sir.
I thought of one also criteria: needs the money and is her target client. That woman that's later on in her life. That
Yep.
so for Adonia, that would be one more criteria. If she could find somebody who's her target customer to be that person,
Yep.
that would connect a lot of dots.
Yeah, it would, and then have some ideas that the other person wouldn't even came up with, and those ideas would be translated into prompts. So there you go. So in a sense, when I said, you don't need to know what's going on, I'm wrong, but I didn't try to be wrong. What I meant was she doesn't need to be technical, because she can ask ChatGPT to break this down until she has an understanding. The wonderful thing about breaking it down, Grace, is since it's broken down in 30, you're going to ask that one question so many times. It's hard to do that when you have general answers. There's nothing general about that no more. So when it's time for her to define her purpose, she can put in information and get that, because it's been broken down and measured in that way. And that's just what she can do to have someone while she's at work. And of course, I chose a hard task. She obviously ain't starting nobody off with that task, because, well, for one, I know it, don't you? She ain't no dummy. Two, she's gonna start off, let me see if we can do this blog first. How about that? Let's see if that. let's test you down here to see how well you listen, how quick you are, if you actually follow my instruction, and if you can use ChatGPT better than me. And you go through that, because one person plus artificial intelligence should equal about 300 employees for Adonia. Should that person be someone coachable, trainable, and leadable? All right, Adonia, we'll leave concerning this subject, last feedback on you. I believe Deanna and we've exorcised demons. No more, and this house is clear.
You just showed me another thing that could be done using chat. I would have never, ever, 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 ever thought to go to chat and ask such a question about a chat box. I mean, it just wouldn't have happened. Wouldn't have even, it just wouldn't have happened. I wouldn't have thought about it. So I really think the only limitation there is us, our thought process and our creativity. That's the only limitation.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. I'm doing something similar. I want to end with this, Johnny. You can close. I'm doing something similar right now. I'm having so Rhino Leg is ready to register. I can't get the stupid thing to do the stupid thing to do the stupid thing. So I'm using another programmer that is in my weak area, which comes to, it's basically, let's just call it server configuration. Because at this point, I have my own server. Now I need a bunch of servers, but I got my own server. We're walking to have the server rooms, Grace, but I ain't nowhere near there yet. So I'm using him as labor while I go do something else. It's no different than what Adonia or any of you could be doing. There is no difference. There is absolutely zero difference. Now, whether he's using the AI or not, I don't know. Don't care. You know me, Grace. Did it work? And then I'm gonna need it to work. Now he's got 10 years experience in this the situation that we have. If you all can find one person that can do stuff to your weakness. So you say, well, don't you could use ChatGPT yourself? That's not a weakness. You're right. It's not her weakness, but since she can't be at home all day, the time to do it is the weakness. And she can't be at her job going, wait a minute, Craig, be quiet real quick. I gotta do this prompt. She can't do that. Even though her job is paying her to use ChatGPT every now and then, every now and then, you get it. I think that's liberating for some of you. I really do. I think if you can just find one person, for Melissa, maybe it's Cheyenne. If you can find one person to do that and to go through those prompts, but not, eventually y'all will do it so much, you'll start, you're going to trust the person regardless, but I mean, you'll start trusting their ability to expound on your vision. And that takes time, right? That takes a lot of time, a lot of winning for you to feel like, some person can do that. And what you start doing is you start building your company in your absence. Now you're running a business instead of being self-employed. Now it's a business. It's not a business until Adonia leaves and it gets better than when she was there. And that's all. I'm trying to, this cash flow quadrant talk now. I'm trying to get you all into the B quadrant. And artificial intelligence allows all of you to be in the B quadrant. Should you take this advice? But of course, two things we know for sure. We know that I think I know what I'm talking about. And we also know that it will change 2 years later, 1 year later, to something else more new, because that's what technology does. At least you struck while the iron was hot and are ready and prepared for that change when it comes. Because the change is only going to be faster and more helpful. And if you were at that precipice, that step point, if you put it on at work, then it's nothing for you to transfer into that. I give you an example. Phil and Susan got 1,000 videos, so it's nothing for them to transcribe them with AI. So they put in that work. So by the time things change, it's just a step into a new direction, but it's not doing the work all over. So that's it for me, Deanna. You did a great job as usual.
Thank you, Antonio.
Very welcome. Very welcome.
All right, Miss Gracie May, I'm sorry, Miss Grace, if you can give us what is on the agenda for the rest of the day.
This evening, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, Bureau keynotes. Listen, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Tell y'all, you want to be here. I am sending this to everybody on here and some other people so everybody can be in attendance. We got a tag team tonight, y'all. Okay, we got a tag team tonight. Mr. Antonio T. Smith Jr. along with Miss Deanna Marie will be delivering the keynote for this evening. So come on back. You do not want to miss that. Yeah, that's what we got. So be there. I will send it out to everybody.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so very much. Thank you all so very much for joining us. You can plant better. You can dominate. Love you all. See you tonight at 7.
Love you more.
All right,
Love you
everybody.
more.